Yo, what up? This is Jamal Renaissance, aka J Ran with
B.I.G, aka Faded God.
Give me a little bit of hip hop flavor on our opinions on different shit that comes to our mind off the top. We ain't got nothing scripted, so excuse the pauses. But the first take is you know what I'm saying, where would hip hop be if of course it's a hot topic. Everybody talks about it. Where would hip hop be if Big, you know what I'm saying, was still alive? You know what I'm saying? If he was still alive, he'll be 40 years old. So, Faison, where do you think hip hop would be if, you know what I'm saying, if the Notorious, you know what I mean, was still here with us?
Big was still alive. I think a lot of niggas out right now who's hot would never be heard of.
True.
I think he would be so dope. He would have had niggas on their toes so tough they probably would have been scared to come out.
True.
He definitely would have. He already had the rap game in the chokehold, but he definitely would have took it. I think. I don't think Jay would have dropped so many albums that he has now. Not saying he would have been whack.
He been whack, but go ahead.
You think he's been whack?
He been whack, but go ahead.
Me personally, I think Jay would have been better now.
Okay.
I think Biggie would have made Jay better.
Okay.
And he would have pippined him.
And if y'all don't know, like, the hookah is the mic, so whoever got the hookah is gonna talk. So go ahead.
I think I don't know. I don't think he'd be with Diddy no more. I think egos would have clashed. I think he just would have got so big that he'd have lived out his bad boy contract and started his own shit. He was already. He took off. He took off pretty good, and he was definitely needed for hip hop. He brought East Coast back when the West Coast was running it. It was a beautiful thing. I think hip hop would be 30 times better now. It would have been good history.
Word. I feel it. The mic has been passed. I think if Big was here, Jay-Z would be whack. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists would be whack. Because you gotta realize, you know what I'm saying, Big at the time was, you know what I'm saying, that nigga, you know what I'm saying? He was you know what I'm saying, the Van Gogh of rap. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been no room. I mean, not to be too literal, but I mean, he was a big ass nigga, and he would have been big in the game. It was not leaving much room for anyone else to blossom. I believe Jay-Z was opportunist. He saw opportunity when he died, and I mean, he ran with it. Big ups to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Jigga fan, but Big would have been he would have definitely dropped. I say about 3 to 5 more albums.
Yes, Lord. Look your fucking attitude.
And after that, I mean, he definitely would have took on a role as Jay did and is still trying to do, as Diddy did with him, and is still trying to do with all the so-called, you know what I'm saying, rap artists that are trying to, I mean, build a brand. He would have had an easier time building a brand because he had such a big following. You know what I'm saying? He would definitely ventured out to boss status. Maybe even created his own label. Guessing, maybe, you know what I'm saying, Notorious, you know what I'm saying, being the label. It'd have been something beautiful. I mean, I gotta put Tupac in there as well. And honestly, I fuck with Tupac, but I fuck with Big more. But on the business level, I believe Tupac would have been, I mean, greater than Big post rap era, because Tupac, you know what I'm saying, was more, you know what I'm saying, more. I want to be careful with saying this. He was more of a trending person as far as what he spoke about. So he definitely would have built a brand before he died. You know what I'm saying? And these are two big rappers that were taken from us by the government because they're becoming a necessity to our culture. I don't want to compare them too much to Martin and Malcolm, but I mean it's kind of hard not to. Just like they're taking, I mean, you gotta pay attention. I mean, Big and Tupac was taken, so you know it would have been a big deal if they were still alive. And it would have been crazy. I mean, it definitely would have been. I mean, something beautiful. And if you know anything about hip hop, you can't help but think if they were still alive, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I think about that. You just gotta think about, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. After the 3 to 5 albums that he probably would have made at the time he died, he definitely would have been featured on. I mean, come on, you gotta think about Big and me. You gotta think about Big and Wale. You gotta think about Big and J. Cole. You gotta think about Big and T.I. I mean, you gotta think about all these scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Big and Outkast, which they should have been did in the 90s, but never had a chance to because, you know what I'm saying, New York and down south rap, upstate, up top and down south rap wasn't combining except for Jay-Z being a pioneer on that, being fucking with you know what I'm saying, Juvenile, you know what I mean? What's your take on that, Faye?
I think he did collaborate with Bone, but that really not the South. That was dope. I think Big would have made a couple joints with some South cats. Definitely would have broke down some barriers way earlier than it should have. They should have been messing with each other a long time ago. I'm pretty sure by now he definitely would have squashed the beef with Pac. They wasn't killed. They was actually originally like real good friends, as everybody knows before.
Correct.
They were killed. And before the beef even took place, maybe we've seen a Jay and Pac or a Nas and Pop. I think deep down, I think Pac knew what he was doing. He probably did it for, I wouldn't say publicity. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say publicity. Not 100%, maybe 20% publicity, 20 business, 20 affiliation with the West, riding with the West. And actually, I'm gonna say high as 50% affiliation with the West, 20% business, 20% what I say business, 50%. I forgot. Fuck it. And then I'm gonna just say 10%, just him having a big mouth, because he said he had a big mouth and he loved to speak his mind, but he definitely knew what he was doing. As he was saying about Pac, me personally, I was a big fan. I think maybe because my people are East Coast, so I guess I went for the bias, Biggie East Coast, and mainly my brother. because I was younger, and whatever albums he bought, that's what I listened to. So if he'd have bought Pac, then I'd probably be a Pac fan. But speaking from a fan standpoint, not a logical standpoint, not a fan standpoint, I think lyrical, Big was more lyrical than Pac, but Pac's impact was amazingly way bigger by a landslide.
True.
Lyrically, I don't think Pac was better than Jay lyrically. I don't think he was better than Nas lyrically, Jada lyrically. But there's different categories of rap when you break it down. Me personally, there's 5 things. For me to listen to you, there's 5 things I go by. Lyrics, punchlines, wordplay, storytelling, and delivery. Those are like my 5 pet peeves. If you don't have those 5, you don't need to be rapping. If you don't have lyrics, you don't need to be rapping. You don't even need to pick up a mic. If you don't have nothing to talk about, you don't need a deal. I'm a supreme hater. I was born in '82, so I rep the '90s hip hop when everything was just amazing. Everybody was eating. Everybody had a good time in hip hop, and everybody was pretty much relevant. Everybody had something to talk about on the microphone. Then we had 2000 came. We had a couple guys. T.I. held it down in the 2000s. Nelly held it down. Eminem, of course, blew. 50 blew. Ja Rule ran it. Of course, Jay ran the whole decade, but everybody else held their own weight. And then we had like a little sad 3 or 4 years of dancing, and then it threw the auto-tune in it, and I think it's slowly coming back. Well, actually, it's back. Hip hop is back. I think I can credit I'm gonna credit Ross for that. I think Ross brought niggas back to rapping for real. I think Meek for bringing it back to the streets. At the end of the day, hip hop came from the streets. I think Meek let y'all know that this is about these streets that where hip hop comes from. I like Jeezy. He's a trap rapper. I don't have no problem with trap rap. Sooner or later, you gotta talk about something else. Because if you're still talking about trapping, obviously he's still trapping. You don't need to be talking about trapping if you're not doing it. But who am I to talk about another rapper because I never sold drugs? So I don't know what they went through or what they're going through now. T.I., of course. I credit T.I. for really putting a stamp on the South. I credit Wayne for grinding. I credit Drake, fresh out of Canada. Who else I credit down south? I credit Wale for putting DC on the map. About the spoken word / go-go. Quite, he's a wordsmith in the game to rap. I credit Eminem. How could I be so blasphemous for not talking about Eminem? Midwest. Nelly, Midwest. These are the guys that's in heavy rotation. Kanye, of course, genius. We get on Kanye real quick, sidebar. Not really a sidebar, but we go away to a Kanye subject right now. I think Kanye, I'm not saying he's the greatest ever in hip hop. This is my opinion. I think he's the greatest addition that ever happened to hip hop. He brought he's definitely one of the great. He's gonna go down as one of the greatest MCs and producers of all time. The guy's amazing. I think he has 5 classics. I think every album Kanye dropped was a certified classic. You can't go wrong with any album, from 808s to Dropouts to Graduation. Whatever he touches is a masterpiece. The guy's on another realm. He should name his album Pluto, because Future's definitely not on Pluto. Kanye's on Pluto. Yeah. But 2 Chainz, I didn't like 2 Chainz at first.
We gotta cut it before 15 minutes. I'm gonna do the close.
We'll talk about 2 Chainz in another segment. But big up 2 Chainz. I appreciate, I really appreciate and respect his hustle. And he's going in right now.
30 seconds. Alright, you know what I'm saying? This is the first segment, your boy, you know what I'm saying, J Ren and Fate of God doing, you know what I'm saying, this rap roundtable. Hey, yo, before we close, you know what I'm saying, I want to also shout out to God. I fuck with him. Alright, make sure you follow us on Twitter, man.
Wham!
More of my